Hey guys, this is slightly better than average, coming to talk about TPO roofing membrane. So what is TPO roofing membrane, you may ask? It is a popular type of single-ply roofing membrane used for commercial and residential flat or low-slope roofs. The material is synthetic rubber that is durable, energy efficient, and has heat-welded seams for a strong, watertight seal. As we go through this video, we're going to talk about the process model of TPO, the productivity assessment of workers when it comes to TPO, the safety hazards and mitigations, relevant standards, specifications, sustainable practices, and typical errors and rework. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Noah Hamlin and let him start to talk about the process model of TPO.
Here's our process model for a typical roof system. We begin with the material being loaded onto the trucks, and then it travels to the site to be unloaded. And then from here, that material gets craned up onto the roof, and while that is happening, the roofers that are already on the roof are installing nailers and prepping the concrete before the vapor barrier, and then the insulation, then finally the TPO is installed. Then the last part of the system is just heat welding around the penetrations that are made in the TPO. And everywhere that this model says material, that just means either vapor barrier, insulation, or TPO. Otherwise, this process model would have been extremely long. And then our next slide is our productivity assessment, where we did the 5-minute rating. It was a crew of 6, and we basically noted that there was a lot of material handling and prep as opposed to direct work going on for the times that we visited this crew doing the work.
When it comes to safety hazards involved in TPO roofing, there are 2 major categories we focus on: fall hazards and weather-related hazards. TPO installation often takes place near unprotected edges, skylights, and sometimes on wet or dusty surfaces that can become extremely slippery. Because crews are constantly moving materials and equipment around the roof, the risk of tripping or slipping is always there. There is also always the threat of weather hazards. Roofing work is fully exposed to the elements, which means workers deal with intense sun, wind, rain, lightning, and even temperature extremes that can lead to heat or cold stress. To mitigate these risks, we rely on multiple layers of protection. For falls, that includes guardrails, warning lines, signs, or complete safety net systems. Workers also use personal fall arrest gear like harnesses, lanyards, and anchors. Keeping roof openings covered and maintaining a clean, organized work area makes a huge difference as well. For weather hazards, the biggest step is monitoring forecasts and stopping work whenever conditions become unsafe, especially if lightning is spotted. Having proper footwear to avoid slipping and dressing appropriately for the weather helps keep everyone safe and productive throughout the day. There are always standards and specifications that must be met on the job site. The main one for TPO roofing is ASTM D6878. This is the main performance standard that manufacturers must meet for TPO membranes. It sets requirements for how well the material holds up to weathering, UV exposure, and general durability. It also requires the membranes to be reinforced with a scrim, a woven fabric mesh that adds strength and stability. When a TPO product meets this ASTM requirement, it means it has passed several quality and performance tests, giving contractors and building owners consistent, reliable information when comparing products. Overall, this standard helps ensure the roofing materials used on a project are dependable and built to last.
For sustainability practices, we have 2 items. The first item is energy efficiency and cool roof performance. This consists of high solar reflectivity that reduces heat absorption and lower HVAC cooling loads and mitigates urban heat island effects. The second item is durability and long service life. This consists of UV, chemical, and water resistant, and a long lifespan of 20 to 30 years that reduces material replacement demand. For typical errors and rework, the first thing on the list is improper flashing and edge detailing. This is weak points at penetrations such as vent pipes and drains, parapets, and transitions. The second item is poor drainage and ponding water. This is insufficient slopes or blocked drains, accelerate degradation, and leak potential.